Hello, my name is Vinci, and I wanted to upload a video about doing GORETOBER. In this video, it's 6 of the prompts, so the first week of October, and I wanted to do a voiceover to give a little bit of my thought process behind the drawings that I made for each of the prompts, because my thought process wasn't very um, clear. So, I've never actually finished a Goretober before, or like a Drawtober or an Inktober, because I'm just so busy in October. But this year, it's my goal to at least do 2 weeks, like collectively. Like I don't really care if I do them in order, but I want to be able to do them just in general. So for this prompt, day one was cannibalism. And so I first thought about Nympheus because Nympheus is a vampire. I thought about, him eating somebody or like eating their neck or something, but not as graphic because I have to be able to post this on social media websites. I don't know if him eating somebody technically counts as cannibalism because they're two different species, but that's how I wanted to do it, and that's how I'm gonna do it. So the person he's eating is just some random person off the street. They weren't really important. He just grabbed them, and that's how I wanted to do the shot. So this is day two, and day two, the prompt for this was sharp objects or like something like that. And this was a really hard prompt for me because I couldn't really think of anything I wanted to do. My first thought was someone with a scythe to like their reaper with someone like ripping someone's like neck, but I couldn't figure out the pose for that, and I didn't like it. And then I thought about someone chopping like with scissors to their tongue and then chopping that off, but again, I didn't like the pose for that, and I didn't like the idea for it because I didn't want to do a headshot. My goal for this is to do a lot of like not completely full body shots, but not like completely headshots, you know? So I had just started drawing to see if I could get any ideas, and eventually I did. So I went down the lane of sharp objects. What am I using for sharp objects? Well, there's knives, there's scissors, there's scythes, and then I thought about needles. I could use a needle. And with that, I was like, okay, someone stitching someone up, someone sewing someone together, and then I thought about sewing someone's eyes closed. So I had decided to just start drawing the idea of someone sitting there and then someone off screen or like outside of the picture sewing their eyes shut, sewing their mouth shut because they're incapable of speaking. And then when I had continued the drawing, I was like, oh, what if it's this old guy building a replica of his lover when she's passed and doing a replica when she's younger and she's sewing a doll and he's only a spectator. So I put all these things down on aesthetically put the fabric So this is day 3, and day 3 was the prompt of a circulation. This is actually my favorite drawing that I made out of a bunch of good art, and it's just something about it. There's something about it that I love so much. Maybe it's like the layout or the composition or the colors, but I don't know. There's just something about it that I love so much. But here, I wanted to draw someone with the illusion of them choking themselves. It was in my head and I couldn't get it out, so I wanted to draw it. And so I had the vision of someone in this pose with their legs folded in half, and I drew that foot wrong, and you're gonna see me go back and fix it in just a minute. But I saw the pose of someone laying back with their arms reaching up, and being cut off in the picture so you can't see their hands, and then the pair of hands that are choking the subject are coming from the bottom. So it looks like theoretically you could see the hands continuing on from the ones that are cut off from the picture, and they're choking themselves. And something about that just really spoke to me. And here I'm adding these black little tendrils. I think I initially intended for it to be a snake, but I didn't want to draw a snake. I think I started making it look like it was fusing into their veins and giving them this sickly look. I added it in because I felt like there would have been too much black near the left of the drawing, because you'll see right now the person has black hair, and then the hands that are choking them are going to be black with a white outline to make it more visible. But then I felt like that would have made the whole drawing feel a little unbalanced with how much black would be on the left and then barely any would be on the right. And even now I still felt like there was imbalance, so I made the feet black, which I used, I think, a yellow undertone for the feet, which I wish I didn't use because it looks a little weird. I wish I would have used like a blue undertone or purple undertone, because the feet just look a little weird to me. But it's just a nitpick thing, really truly. And right now I'm just shading it because it felt really flat, and I didn't shade all of these drawings out very much, just a little bit, just enough to give it a little texture. I think I was trying to figure out how to add texture to line art because I didn't know how to, and it was really frustrating me because I wanted some texture but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I think I just did overlays. And then the background was the hardest part for me because I really loved this drawing and I really didn't want to mess it up. So like 2 days later, I did this. This would be day 4, which is gut spill. I don't like doing anatomy at all whatsoever. I hate drawing anatomy, and so doing this was not fun for me. I had the idea of them sitting on their knees with their stomach hanging out, and then one tendril like wrapping around their neck and then transforming into a snake, which isn't very clear because when you use black instead of red, it just kind of muddles together. But you know, there's only so much you can do when you only want to spend like an hour on each drawing. But I didn't know what kind of haircut to give her. I kind of started out with like a Marilyn Monroe cut, and then I kind of gave her this bob, which I enjoy the bob. I really do, because I like the placement of the black. I wish there was more black towards the bottom of the drawing. I don't know if it reads easy that the intestine becomes the snake that's wrapped around her, but I do know that it is easy to read that it's just an intestine wrapped around her. The colors I'm not super happy with, but the color placement I'm okay with because I like that there's like one really stark light color and then the rest of it is just like more grayish and more desaturated, so she looks more like a office worker that this happened to. I don't really know why this would happen to an office worker, but that's the vibe I'm getting with her bob. I do love the bob, it's great though. So this would be day 5, I think. Day 5 amputation. So the first thought I had about this was this pose, but just a random person. But every time I kept thinking about this, I just kept thinking about Jane Doe. And I know the prompts are GORETOBER, but I didn't really use them as GORETOBER because I didn't really want to draw gore. I just wanted in prompts to do something, and then I didn't like the prompts for Inktober, and I liked these prompts, so I was like, oh, let me just do them, because I do like incorporating weird stuff in like more gorish stuff, but not in like a super disgusting, it'll make you vomit in a way. I so this was my goal. I like drawing this type of headless stuff. You know, the head is like separated, but it's still connected by the flesh. So my Jane Doe was a perfect person for this, you know? She's headless. And then I cut off her arms because I wanted to. So she has no arms and she has no head, but she technically has a head. I noticed she had lace after I started drawing and after I had already had the sketch down, and I didn't want to draw lace, so I found an overlay for it and I just kind of put it on there. So that's how the lace got there. And initially I was gonna make her hair lighter than her skin color, but I didn't like it, so I made it darker, which, I mean, it looks fine, I guess. And then adding all the outlines and adding the wording for it, but this drawing was really simple and easy. I did have to go back and add in eyelashes though. So this would be day 6. Day 6 was bugs. I didn't actually like drawing this one at all, so this goes along with day 1 and day 2 as my least favorite drawings. But I mean, it's fine. It's not great. It's not bad. It's a good drawing. I just didn't like it. Um, I don't like the whole concept. Bugs. I don't like drawing bugs. There's just too many parts to get messed up. That's the same reason why I don't like drawing machines. There's just too many parts. So my whole thought process for this was, I think initially it was had to have a centipede crawling out of somebody's mouth and then crawling all around them. But I don't think I liked the pose for it, and I didn't want to draw teeth, so I scrapped it. And then I think I thought about something. I was listening to a song or something, and I thought about butterflies, because butterflies love eating carcasses, and they love eating dead things because, you know, they're like opportunists or whatever. So I wanted to draw butterflies sitting on somebody who looked vaguely dead, and that they would supposedly be eating them. So they would be covering their eyes, be covering a lot of their body. So I added a lot of little butterflies, some little butterflies, and a few big ones just to even it out. But yeah, so that was my wrap for this week of GORETOBER. Bye!